Now I'm going to teach you how to make the perfect biscuit. I wasn't much of a biscuit maker until my sister-in-law, Ollie Marie, taught me how to do this, and they are fabulous. So you'll enjoy learning how to make these for your family. Of course, first I have the buttermilk biscuit mix in the bowl here. This is beautiful biscuit mix. I don't think you want to use just plain flour without the baking powder and soda and all. So this really, really works well. Then I'm going to add some baking powder to it myself, though. And this is some sugar. Okay, good. Mix this up real well. Here are all your dry ingredients. Okay, and of course, the unusual ingredient is the sour cream. So I'm going to plop this in here. Okay, now I'll plop two. Okay, good. Put this back up. You mix this up, sort of. Now you don't want to work your biscuit dough too much, so be careful when you add your liquid to it, which, by the way, will be the carbonated lemon lime drink. So this is the next ingredient that goes in here. You want to just throw it in here. Okay. And this is a very sticky ordeal. So actually, I have come to the conclusion that if you add a little oil to your hands when you're mixing these, it kind of eliminates some of the dough sticking to all your fingers. Because my gosh, that is a mess. But, you know, to have a good biscuit, you gotta just suffer the consequences. All righty, this here. Very good. And just kind of fold it together like this. You don't want to mix it too much, okay? Just fold it together. Now, next you put it on the board with, of course, some more buttermilk biscuit mix here. Okay? And you sort of knead it. I need you. That's what they say. I need you? Yeah. Okay. Now, very good. Now you see how you work this? This is real easy, but you don't want to mix it too much. Now remember what I tell you. Not a biscuit maker, but this, my sister-in-law has taught me an awful lot. Now this is the oil that I'm going to use to kind of clean my hands with. It keeps you from getting your hands too sticky. So after you start mixing the biscuit, you just pat it down like this. Fold it over again. See, I told you it was a sticky ordeal. So, it's messy, but oh gosh, they're so good. Good, big fingers. But this is so good. Now what you do, you want to take part of the batter, well, I guess the dough mix, and you leave the rest in the bowl because you don't want to mix it all at one time. That will make it kind of stiff, because the more you work your biscuit dough, the stiffer it gets, and the harder your biscuits are they're going to get real tough and heavy. So, okay, I'm going to kind of, you wash your hands with this. Instead of water, soap and water, you kind of use the oil, and it takes all the stuff off, okay? Yeah, wipe them here. Yeah. They're so good and tasty. Mine is just so light, fluffy. I think it's the sour cream that adds to it. So, and of course, the carbonated drink does too. Okay, see how you pat this? Good, good. Okay. Now, of course, I've got this is one of the old cookie cutters and dough cutters that we used to have. Put a little flour on it, and a little biscuit mix on it, and you cut your biscuits. You kind of pat them out. You have to kind of push them out because they stick to the cutter. And you put them in your pan that you're going to bake them in. Okay. I told you it was a sticky ordeal. You put them about 2 inches apart because they'll sort of get thicker and wider. So you don't want them to touch each other. Mm. These are so good for in the breakfast. You can eat them for breakfast, or a lot of people eat them with gravy. And of course, that's what we're going to do today, because with our catfish, we're going to have a lot of good gravy that we're going to eat the biscuits with. Okay? Very good. Yeah. Okay. Now the next step that you want to do is, of course, you need to really, I'm going to wait till just a few minutes after these are baked. I'm going to redo these. Get some melted butter. What you do, you add this to the top of your biscuits. This. Very good. See how pretty that is? Boy, when they bake, that butter just goes into those biscuits and talk about good, chap. C'est bon. Then I'm going to take these and I'm going to bake them at 375 for about 20 minutes. This is my favorite fishing hole. Of course, while I relax, I'm going to read a letter. My husband and I look forward each week to watching your show on TV. We live in Leesville and love to eat and prepare Cajun food. My maiden name was Bonnet, so you know I have French cooking in my blood. My husband will be watching your show and say, "Renee, you got to fix that. You are very special, Miss Lucy, and bring a lot of joy to a lot of people. Thanks for a wonderful show and being such a wonderful person." Renee and Al Wilson from Leesville, Louisiana. Thank you, Renee and Al, for this precious letter, and thank you for watching me today. I hope that you have learned some lessons in Miss Lucy's Cajun classroom. Now back to my fishing.